Hello, peeps, and hello, peppers, and happy World Gratitude Day. At the moment, I am grateful for having such a nice cap that someone made for me years ago, and that people still ask me, where did you get that? But I think it's like pretty unique because it's someone's personal design, if I get that right. Um, yeah, so I'm glad about communication, about like reasonable communication, and I'm really grateful for that because have I mentioned that the social media get a little bit too much for me, and if I'm calling this weekly recap, um, then I must say that yesterday, because I was still ill in bed, I watched a YouTube video um, about a hotel rejecting a service dog. Um, okay, I must say I don't know about laws concerning service dogs, and they may vary from region to region. But let's say the way this was done, I just don't want to reproduce it, and I actually that makes me more thankful for like the good service I have received with my special needs. Um, I am grateful for uh, everyone who is willing and ready to communicate with me about special needs, rather saying, do you need those shoes, than telling shoes off. um, because the shoes are basically my exoskeleton, and it takes a lot of time to take them off, even though I understand that it's a part of Icelandic culture to take the shoes off when you're going into a house. But well, then I have to kind of talk to the person who invites me. That I have to like sit on a staircase or have a chair or even use those plastic shoe covers that you get at swimming pools. Um, because I didn't pick this missing coordination between my brain and my outer limbs, and I didn't pick the idea that my feet look like half moons. Um, so, and yes, now I'm taking the liberty to talk a little bit slower and to think more, because I also watched a video that the communication with autistic people might become better if you actually give them time to process the information. And my nose is really stuffed, so my brain is automatically also really stuffed. And I'm really sad that I can't write the book at the moment, but I'm so thankful that during the week I could take my research trip to Borganes. And actually, now I'm having the same problem as I had in good old Rain is Beautiful times. Like people who have known me for a long time, then they know that Rain is Beautiful, aka Rib, is a travel story connected to Finland and connected to searching for the sense of life. And I wrote so much about like some characters hanging around in Nokia. Um, and no, they didn't have rubber boots, and they didn't have like certain fancy pants cell phones. Uh, but like obviously they had some other things that totally didn't exist in the real Nokia. So I that actually kind of led to me abandoning the story, or me trying to transport the story to Reykjavik, because like whenever I described those Finnish people back in the day, there were like, I don't know, landscape features and house building features that were like totally Reykjavik. And even my psychologist back in the day agreed you see Reykjavik in every corner. And now I have the same problem. And you know that it is a realistic problem that there are always tensions between Reykjavik and Iceland, the countryside. And let's say I assumed some library features that I know from Reykjavik, and I wrote a story around them. And I won't tell you what those features are now, otherwise, this will not be exciting anymore. But now that means I have to get to know the countryside a little bit more, and I have to actually also get to know my own needs in writing. And I'm so thankful for a friend to who I recited this problem yesterday, and who gave herself like hours and hours of time to actually encourage me to write what I want, and to actually also be informed, to let the story be informed by what I want in my life. And it's not such important to have the story like as literal as I would take it with my autism, but like more plausible in the context. So I am sort of creating a context also to create this communication about what I need. And like talking about service personnel, I'm really, really grateful for this librarian in the small country town who took the time to actually bring me books and more books and more books about this small town's history. That actually sort of gave me some aha moments that I have to write the story like around the city's history. Like, even if this is about people in the here and now, um, some of these people are really old, and some of these people may still remember stuff that like their parents have told them, and that may still shape daily life. I didn't really know that you had to access this town by ship back in the olden days, because you who follow me as an author tuber, both on Facebook and on YouTube, you know that I'm obsessed with the tunnel between Reykjavik and West Iceland. So that was so interesting, and that made me like see more like how I am actually really fussy about like historical connections and family connections, and also thinking about how I want my daily life with all those connections to be. Um, and like I am still with my anxiety a little bit like how how like people in a small town might take this, that I'm like writing about a crime that in real life never happened, but still people might think this character is too similar to me or something, but that would just be by accident, because let's say one of my favorite books is Le Grand Monde from southern France, where actually the most literature scientists say that all of the characters are parts of the author himself. And I would say that most of the characters are parts of me, in some way. Um, but I was actually so glad and grateful that the librarian could joyfully accept that I am writing a like crime comedy connected to this place, and that I would like some books that would show me how to how this place integrates into other crime novels, like not to copy but to see how, like, what importance does the place have. Could this story actually also take place in somewhere else? Well, I opted purposefully to not let it take place in Reykjavik because there are already too many stories about Reykjavik, and yes, parts of why, let's say, the wrong person is caught for the crime is because the person is at the wrong time, at the wrong place. Because the person has a special interest that I connect with autism, that doesn't have a safe space in this town. It has some sort of safe space in Reykjavik, even though there is room for improvement. Let's say I don't want to give too much away because I'm still writing this book to create a dialogue. And like on a gratitude day, it's really the day to reflect on being thankful for what I have, but also being thankful that we have the technology to make our voices heard, maybe better than we had 30 years ago. Like, sorry to say this, as a child, I mostly didn't feel taken seriously. Of course, we didn't have a name for the autism, and we didn't have therapies for the autism, and we didn't have energy for anything besides my half moon shapen feet and so on. Um, but still, when someone asks me what can you give a child today, I would actually say time. Um, like even just listening to the child, no matter what the child would tell you, like even if it's something that sounds totally absurd to you. So I am very thankful to the people who the big child, the over 40-year-old child, can phone to just sort through my thoughts. Also to the people who can say, you have been chewing on this topic now for 20 days. Please stop it. Let's talk about something else. I am thankful for all the inspiration that I'm getting from my friends. I am also thankful for people who ask me, have you checked if you get into this location with a walker, with a wheelchair, with whatever equipment I need? Or like, even if I had a dog, I think I would have to familiarize myself with the laws concerning service dogs. I don't know how this functions when someone is allergic. Yeah, I'm still churning the dog in my head, even though my only assistance animal here is Nicholas. Sorry. Um, yeah, I am glad for all the people, thankful for all the people who help me get information to do the thing that is right in a situation and in a bigger context. Have a wonderful weekend and a lovely day. Bye bye.